This video is working on square bike stuff. I actually just did a burnout in the garage. But we got these new shirts. So it's Shop Dog shirts. Poor little Lenny's on there, forever on the shirt. But I don't know, I'll put a link in the bio if you guys want to buy one. We're donating, I don't know, a bunch of the proceeds to community vet outreach. Danny picked it. And we got hats. This one's Haggard. They're basically flameproof.
But all of these shirts, so Community Vet Outreach is a really cool organization. It's a charitable organization in the States and in Canada that helps support people who are underhoused or homeless with getting vet care for all of their pets, which is super cool, and they'll do it for free.
That shirt's badass.
Super cool.
You gotta watch a little bit of crappy stuff ahead because we do like mufflers and all those boring things, but we end up with burnouts.
Evidenced here.
What's going on, guys? We're back in the garage. So where we left it, the motor ran, but had no fuel. So I screwed around with that, as you guys all pointed out, and I googled it after. But small block pump does not work on a big block. So that's where the snafu happened. The actual part number for a half-ton fuel pump with a big block, it's kind of hard to find. I couldn't find any local. I found this one, which I knew was going to be big, and it did not fit. And I wanted the 3. I wanted the return on it. So I tried welding on a little addition piece. That didn't work either. So then what I did is I just went and got a standard big block one that doesn't have the return on it. So we'll try slapping that on, see what happens. The other thing I got just in the mail today was this cool flaring kit, and I got some of this brake line because it needs a rear brake line run. This is like $400. It's big bucks, but I've been looking for one used forever. Haven't been able to find one. I'm borrowing my buddy Mike's. I think I've used it more than he has, so I kind of feel bad about that. And then exhaust. I got this thing is funny. It runs. It ran from the headers to the cab 2.5. Then it shrunk down to 2 1/4 into the mufflers and then tailpipes. So I was gonna chop it off, and I ordered some 2.5 mufflers, quiet ones or whatever, standard turbo mufflers, whatever you call them there, and some dumps. I want to go out the side if I can, and I got to pull the front drive shaft because it needs a U-joint. So I think if I get all that done, mufflers aren't in until tomorrow, but I'm hoping tonight I can screw around. I won't jinx myself. If I can get the fuel pump together without the return, I can do that now. And I'm thinking I do an electric one, or I can try and hunt down a pump or whatever, but get that going so it does run on its own. And cobble the exhaust together a little bit, maybe run a brake line, and then all I gotta do tomorrow will be mufflers, tailpipes, and I can pull the front drive shaft right out, or change the U-joint. I mean, won't be that lazy. And then maybe I can actually drive this thing a little bit, because it's still plated till the 23rd. So that's a couple weeks yet. But that's the plan. I'm gonna push this thing out. And, well, maybe I'll start working on the fuel pump right here. Pretty simple. A couple bolts, put it in, and see if that works. Okay, so we got her backed up. It seems to run okay now. It's got fuel at the filter, so that's all good. I ripped the exhaust off, and I actually got the brake line out. Unfortunately, I burnt my finger pretty bad. Mostly because I'm a dumbass and I touched the hot line. So I got my cup of water, ice water. I'm gonna see if I can power through it there, but I'm not overly motivated now, which is too bad. I thought I was gonna get a bunch done tonight, but buffoonery came in. So I was kind of fitting this pipe up. I chopped the muffler off. It's fine. It's got a little kind of dent in it for around the transfer case, so I might kind of pull the welder out, give it a couple of tack welds, see if it'll fit, and run a brake line. And then the other side, you know, kind of same thing. But basically, I'm waiting on mufflers. So I might just get the brake line done tonight, power through that, and then deal with the exhaust and everything tomorrow. But really, it's got a fuel pump. It needs some coolant. It needs a few little things like that. Get Murr over here, put the hood on, and we can actually kind of drive it. I'm stoked on it. All right, let me give you a little synopsis of the evening here. So I pulled the front drive shaft out. The rear kind of CV, whatever you want to call that, looks pretty tight. The front one, like I said, the U-joint has seen better days. I got a good U-joint guy. It's Murr. Murr's my U-joint guy. So I'll drop that off with him tomorrow. The exhaust, I don't know what you can see here, but it's on. And I got both pipes back. It's just on the collector right now, so what I'm thinking is I want the tailpipes to come out right in front of the shackle, so right here. So I'll cut the muffler or the pipe accordingly for the muffler when I get the length on it. When I clamp that, I'll have a hanger to somewhere. Then I'm just gonna do a 90 out, and I'll do some sort of other hanger either to the frame or something like that on both sides. So that'll be very simple. The brake line fought me, and it won. This is how you know it's an old truck. So one of these was the original brake line. I assume it's this one that's really, really rotted. This one that was zip tied to it was the replacement one, which also rotted. So I ran a new line there's a union kind of right here. I ran it to the back. That was all fine. And then right as I had to heat up the hydraulic line, like the flex line, into the diff, and it cracked and blew up. I don't have one, so I'll do that tomorrow. But I'll probably just run new lines to the wheel cylinders. Let's just spend a bunch more money and time. But I'll reflare those. So I'll have a new brake line kind of halfway back. That's good. I think the fuel pump is good. So if I get mufflers on it and I get the rear brakes done, help Merc come over, help me bleed the brakes, toss the hood on after he finishes my U-joint. Really pay that guy a lot of money. But once that's all did up, then we can actually drive this thing. So I don't know. See how tomorrow goes. I'm hoping I get a bunch more done. So I want to drive this thing, I'm not gonna lie. Be pretty awesome. So that's what I'm gonna leave for tonight. I'm gonna clean up just a little bit. Nah, who are we kidding? I'm not gonna clean anything up. I'm gonna drive the truck ahead and leave it there with junk everywhere. And then tomorrow, once it runs a little bit, hopefully I can back it up, clean it up properly in here, because it's wearing on me. That's it. See you guys tomorrow. Come on, you didn't think we were gonna finish off night without firing it up, right? Drive it. Oh, I'm stuck on. Oh, there we go. Oh, we're good. See you guys tomorrow. All right, next day. So here's the junk I ended up with: hangers, some miscellaneous muffler clamps. I actually bought the wrong U-joint. I tried to go up memory. Stupid brain. New rear flex hose. Unfortunately, it's freaking cold out today, so I'm gonna suffer trying to get the exhaust done one side at a time, the heater on. This is what I came up with. Again, had I done a little more homework, center exit or whatever would have been better, but that's what they had. So I don't know if I'll be able to do it whatever way, but so I'm thinking that just into a 90. And I actually had these. They're like a turn down off something. I had two of them, so I'll just kind of trim them to fit and have the exhaust come out in this general region. Stir out the side, and yeah, that's kind of it. I just gotta decide where I want to have everything. Cut it, put a few clamps on. I don't know what we're gonna do. I got a bunch of hangers, so I'm thinking I'll hang it at the front and then maybe clamp it, and then maybe want the tailpipe or something. But I'll get under the thing. I'll see what it kind of looks like, get it kind of mocked up on the one side, and go from there. I just got to weld up some of these hangers. Should be pretty simple, hopefully. I'm toughing it out. It's cold. Doors up. So I got the exhaust kind of on. So, I mean, this is the one side. It's very, very simple. Can always put a little tip on it. The other side didn't go as easy because the e-brake cable runs on that side. So I don't know. It's a little. I didn't finish it actually. So just to kind of show you. Pretty simple. Mufflers. I got them cranked up a little bit to clear the drive shaft. A couple of hangers. I ended up doing a hanger at the back, and on the other side I did it, well, this one's just sitting there. I didn't weld it on. So the problem is, it has to go between the frame and the e-brake stuff. If it goes under, I think it'd be quite low, but it then runs right into the box side. So I cut it short. So I'm gonna either use like a piece like this to kind of jog it, and just do something like that, just because for my own aesthetic, I think it'd look funny if the tailpipe was at an angle, which it will be. In my tiny brain, it makes sense. So I'll probably end up cutting this piece and you know, making it look a little nicer. But who really cares about that, right? We want to see how it sounds. I just hooked the battery up. It's all right, eh? Nothing too crazy. It's got a bit of noise to it, but very drivable. It's also louder in the garage. So I'm happy with that. I'll just put a couple of clamps and get a quick tackle on the one side just so it doesn't kind of fall off into space. But exhaust is done. I gotta get on the brakes. I forgot to pick up brake fluid. I should probably run out and get some. I got this fancy thing. I don't know if I showed you on the last, on yesterday, but anyways, I'm gonna get to doing that. I'll flare the end. Maybe I'll pop on it and just kind of show you. It's pretty ugly. I don't want to back this thing. I don't want to clean up under here. It's dirty even by my standards, and I'm just covered. My hair is just everywhere. It's a nightmare. Yeah, that's progress. It runs. Motor doesn't make any noise. It seems like it's charging. It does have a draw on something, so I disconnect the battery all the time, which is a bit of a pain. I'll have to work on that. But if I can get the brakes dialed, I think we can take it for a test drive. Well, I'm giving her. Sucks under here. But I'll just show you. Oh god. So it's got brand new brake line, hydraulic line, side to side brand new line. I had to run out to Canadian Tire because I didn't have any 3/16 tube nuts, so that was a pain. And it was cheaper to buy a whole line than it was to buy tube nuts. What a world. So I think that's it. I got brake fluid in it. I still got to bleed the brakes, put the hood on. Well, it's about midnight, so that's the job for tomorrow. When I get Murr over. You guys are always telling me there's ways to take the hood off and all that by yourself. I hear you. I like seeing Murr. He's kind of fun. So I don't know. Gotta sucker him in tomorrow. Come over, bleed the brakes, jam the hood on, clean this thing up. I might just kind of back it out and stuff like that and clean up and everything. I still got to finish that one exhaust tip. But whatever, that's future Dan problems. It seems to be running okay. Oh. Deal with that later. It runs not bad. I still put a time light on it. I haven't played with the carburetor. I haven't done any of that stuff yet. Still, man, you guys blew me up on that radiator hose. I get it. I gotta trim it. But that's all stuff for tomorrow or whatever it may be. But I think next time you see this thing, it'll be in the driveway, idling softly, and we'll go for a little ride. I'm still gonna drive this thing now that it's a safe and reliable vehicle. Alright, so next day, home from work, we had a bunch running around. I tried to get a bunch done before Murr came here. Look, we got more Murr. But he was on time today, so I got nothing done. It's a disaster. We bled the brakes already. Now we're gonna set the tripod up and we're gonna put the hood on. Enjoy. Alright, we got the hood on. We got more Murr. Can you ever have enough Murr? A little Murr minute. I didn't realize that the hood's got a wicked bend in it, but I'm confident we didn't do that. It fits, I'm happy with it. The black bag is drive shaft. We're putting a U-joint in. Danielle's doing nothing.
Hi.
I got to tighten motor mounts. We bled the brakes-ish.
Did you?
It was great.
I mean, I don't have to. That's
Oh, Murr came over and he was just working. So now it's got exhaust on it, runs and drives a little bit.
so much.
I'm getting a carburetor. I don't know if I'll put that on there at some point or not. We'll give it a once over, and I think we're gonna go pick up the rest of the Model A stuff. Actually use it as a truck, because that's what it's intended for. So I gotta empty all the junk out of the back, which is actually a bunch of tools and good stuff. But then we'll get the Model A collar done. Well, the rest of the Model A, I gotta clean the garage up like crazy. And then, man, these guys are really going at it. I think the next thing I'm gonna do after this video is weld in some floor pans, which would be terribly boring, but that's hot rod stuff. All right, I got the truck running. I got timer light up. I'm just gonna set the timing real quick. All you gotta make sure you do is just block off the vacuum advance. And I'll probably put 8 or 10 degrees in it, nothing too crazy. I got the drive shaft in, motor mounts are all cinched down. I don't know, I think I'm basically there. So I can set the timing, put the carburetor a little bit, set the idle, put an air filter on it, and take it around the block and see what I forgot to tighten. Yeah, it should be fun. See you guys in the cab. All right, we're on our way to get the rest of the Model A. Seems like it's running okay.
Well, they didn't witness the last 5 minutes of trying to get out of the driveway.
It runs fine, but with no power steering, these big tires.
Yeah, that's the problem.
They're a bit of a pain, so that's definitely a job for tomorrow, is making that bracket work for sure, because, yeah. Anyways, we'll get the last of the stuff, get the chassis and the drop axle and all those things, and start putting the Model A together. For stupid frame rails, eh?
Yeah. Well, they're all form bent and everything.
They're heavier than I thought they were going to be.
They're pinched at the front specifically for a Model A. So they're built.
Start building your muscles. You're so weak.
Thank you.
Thought we'd get this front axle out of here too. If that...
Yeah, you can toss it all in there.
That's why there's a shop truck now.
All right.
For all of the junk.
It's been over a week. I thought it would be running by now.
I know, he's such a slacker.
Slacking off. Usually you got something running.
So lazy.
This thing fought me the whole way. It's called the roll call, or
Yeah, kind of. It's easier to turn the truck around.
Yeah, I didn't hook the power steering up, so...
The truck will not be able to be turned around.
That would be easier than hoisting this.
Him trying to get it out of the driveway was hard enough.
Well, I was pulling the lane or whatever. Looks like you got it. Whew, we made it back. Truck did good. No power steering is a nightmare. That's a must do. I think I'm probably gonna start working on the floors right away because I want to jam through that because it's ugly and crappy work, but at least it runs and drives outside now. I might change that carburetor. So here's what we picked up. These are the 32 rails with the little spreader bars, or whatever they're called there, I guess. So these were ordered and whatever meant for open wheel. So they have the kick up already in them. I don't know, they're kind of cool. They got a little swoosh in them. They're boxed, they're smooth, all those sort of things. And these This is the front axle. So it's got wide 5 hubs with the wheels and all that stuff. They're kind of cool. I don't know if I would have done that or not, but it's what I got. Brand new. They're Firestone bi-sply. I think they came from Coker or whatever, but they're brand new. And the drop I-beam with all that stuff. This is all, I believe, a Speedway kit. But yeah, so I don't know. Lots of good parts. That's where we're leaving it now. The truck runs and drives. We went for a little test drive. It's pretty cool. Not gonna lie, I think I'm gonna back it in the garage, maybe do a little burnout. We'll see how that goes. But that's where I'm leaving it for now. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. We'll be back next. I think we're gonna do more square body stuff. I want to jam on those floors, like I said. I want to get that taken care of because that's terrible, ugly work. And these floors have been sitting outside just not installing themselves. So that's it for now. See you guys on the next one.